Apparently, I've lived anything but a normal life. And that is according to my friends. My stories of dating, sex, and life in general tend to make them laugh, and for years, they've told me I needed to share them with the world. So I decided that in the middle of a pandemic, it was a great time to start a podcast about the things that, well, entertain me. So grab a cocktail with us and welcome to the hot mess that is my life as an almost 40-year-old single makeup artist living in a college town in Florida. This is Cara's Lipstick Diary. So ladies, I am so fucking tired of being polite at my own risk. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure most of us as women were raised that being polite and not making someone else uncomfortable was more important than our own comfort and safety. And I'm kind of done with that. With that being said, you know I'm 40 and almost 40, and I've been doing this for that long, and it's a little hard to break the pattern of constantly worrying about whether or not someone else is comfortable when it depends on my own safety. And I decided we needed to have a podcast about this and talk about it. So I invited my friend Antoinette, I can say your name, I swear. I have only had one tequila cocktail at this point. This is going to be an interesting day. Anyways, Antoinette actually helped me the other day when I had a dude who decided at 8:30 at night that he was going to take a nap in my house after, eating all the leftovers and drinking 6 of my canned wines. And she responded to me in a text of, "Why is he not taking a nap on the side of the road?" And I went, why isn't he? And this girl helped me get rid of this dude from my house. So I was like, girl, you are coming on my show, and we are talking about this. So Antoinette, thank you so much for being on my show. I'm excited that we're going to talk about this.
Me too. Thanks for having me.
Okay, well, you have your cocktail.
Yes.
Which means I need to make my cocktail. Okay, I don't know how what the name of this cocktail is. I couldn't pronounce it. What was it called?
Hornitos Paloma.
That's what we're drinking.
That's what it was.
I don't really know what that is, but it tasted good, and the recipe is going to be on all the information areas because, I don't know what I'm doing. But it tasted pretty decent, and it's tequila again. So this is my second episode filming with tequila.
Nice.
We're just gonna get really tipsy by the end of this. At least I am, and yours is like a double. So. Yeah.
That's exciting. I left my kids with the sitter to come here.
Yes. Perfect.
And so I'm really glad that I'm drinking a double right now.
Exactly.
And I got to have my makeup done.
Child-free time,
yes.
Getting your makeup done, having a cocktail
yes.
that sparkles, because all my cocktails sparkle. Mm-hmm. So, you legit saved my ass the other night.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Because my, comfort, I'm sitting there on my, chaise lounge going, there's a man taking a nap in my bed at 8:30 at night, and he ate all of my leftovers and drank all of my canned wine. And I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing right now. And I texted you. And, when you said that, it was like this light bulb went off of, why the fuck is he taking a nap in my house? Why at 8:30 at night is this man deciding to take a nap in my bed? You were it didn't even dawn on me that, my discomfort wasn't supposed to be happening in my own home.
Yeah, and see, all I heard when you were texting me was, okay, so you gave this man a space, you gave this man your time, you gave this man some of your alcohol, you gave him your bed? Hold on a second. Wait.
And the thing is I didn't even mean to give him my alcohol because he just went in my fridge and started taking it.
He took it.
I mean, and when people come to my house, I give them booze, automatically, clearly. I will offer you a drink. But he came over under the guise of he wanted to help make sure I felt okay after my second vaccination.
Friend, that gnat is loving your face.
I know, there's a gnat, and it's flying around me.
So
if you see me doing this, I'm not just having a seizure. But he came over saying he was going to bring me lunch.
Okay.
He didn't.
Okay.
Because I didn't respond fast enough. By the way, there was a 2-hour gap between the time he texted me this, the time he showed up, and I waited about 15 minutes before I told him what I wanted. He came over. We ordered food off of my Bite Squad. He drank all my canned wine. When we ate the food at lunch, he bitched that I ate too much of it.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, girl.
I need to, okay.
We only ate, the two of us, half of the 2 meals. We put them in the fridge to eat later. After I took a shower, I came out, noticed that the house smelled like food, asked if he had cooked. He said, just heated up the French fries. And then when he took the nap is when I realized the leftovers were all gone.
He ate all
He
the
ate
food?
3/4 of the food. drank 6 cans of wine, and he Venmo'd me $15. The meal was over $40. And the wine was about $30. And then he took a nap in my bed. I'm sorry, motherfucker. What the fuck are you doing? Get out of my house.
Well,
but it took you literally telling me to tell him to get out of my house.
Yeah.
Which, because I'm so not used to doing that and worrying about my own self, I literally stood there crying and was like, I need you to leave, with tears rolling down my face. And he looked at me and he goes, are you kicking me out? And I was like,
yeah, I think I am.
Yeah. Like, could you leave? Like, I'm done. But I am so ingrained in that. I was told over and over again growing up, pretty is as pretty does.
Yeah.
Pretty is as pretty does. Pretty is as pretty does, which was basically look pretty, smile, and shut the fuck up. So that's what I did. That's what I thought I was supposed to do. Don't make a scene. Don't make anyone else uncomfortable. Your comfort doesn't matter. Everyone else's does.
And so the version of that I was fed when I was growing up was it costs to be beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, which it does.
Yes.
But I was also encouraged to sacrifice for that beauty.
Yes.
Sacrifice your time, sacrifice your comfort, sacrifice whatever you
Everything.
have to in order to look good.
Yeah. And it was more important to look good, to be pretty, to smile, and be polite than it was to worry about any of your own safety.
Yeah.
I remember I was director of development for an arts nonprofit, and I went to a meeting with a business owner, a male business owner, and it was for him to become a sponsor. And first, he told me, I will only become a sponsor if you have an affair with me. Now, I knew his wife, and I was like, I'm sorry, sir. Like,
pretty bold.
No. And I was like,
how old were you?
I left that job when I was 30, so I was in my 20s at this point.
Okay.
And I was like, no, sir, da, 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 da. And I was like really sweet about it. Like I didn't want to make him uncomfortable. And I quickly left. A couple months later, he went to my bosses and told them that he wanted to be at opening night. And he managed to convince my bosses to give him like front row seats to this performance. And I went to my bosses and I was like, y'all, I am so not comfortable with this. Like, this is what happened. And they're like, don't worry, be nice to him. He's going to give us money. And I was like, cool. I'm so excited for this evening to come. The man literally at this opening night event, we're talking, there's tons of people there, literally pinned me to a wall, started humping me. And then when I told him I was not interested in my very sweet, polite way, he asked if I was a lesbian, and that's why I didn't want to fuck him.
Oh, because you had to be.
Obviously, I had to be a lesbian.
Into women if you didn't want him.
I didn't want him.
Pushing you up against the wall at this event.
Which, by the way, no one came up and helped me. No one. And I had been taught to not make a scene. So I literally just stood there going, I'm sorry, sir. Like, this isn't appropriate. Like, I'm really not interested. I need to get back to work. I should have punched the dude in the fucking face, but I had been trained not to make a scene. Yeah. And if that had been at a bar, if that had been walking down the street, if that had been in any of those type situations, God knows what would have happened to me because I had not been taught to stand up for myself.
That's very true.
Because I didn't want to make him uncomfortable.
Friend, it's kind of funny that you have this story because I was actually thinking about my time working for a nonprofit just before we came in here.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, and the one story that I have to tell about my 2.5, almost 3 years working at this nonprofit is that the boss that I had at that job is the only boss that, oops, sorry. I wish I could say he was the only, but he's not. He was the first. Okay. Who I reported my sexual harassment to. And he didn't do anything about it immediately. And then it was allowed to progress. I worked PR and marketing, so I was supposed to be a nice, friendly face for the organization.
That's the thing. You're the friendly face.
Yeah, that was my job. That's what they were paying me to do. And I needed that money because I was only 22.
Yeah, we got to pay those bills.
Yes. And so this was a agency that serves the homeless. They serve all populations in need, veterans, elderly people who maybe live alone, stuff like that. And this client came in and sat in my office with this giant bouquet of roses and got down on one knee And at this point, my now husband was my boyfriend that I had just moved in with, and it was so awkward. But my boss, when I went to him and I said, hey, did you do something about that situation that I told you about? He said, well, no, I mean, you're the reason why that happened, is basically what he said to me.
I'm sorry. Like, our job is to be nice and smiling and all of that. That doesn't mean
that I
any
want
of that. That you
my
want
space
that
violated or
Correct.
anything else.
Well, and I think so. You know, we've had the Me Too movement come out, which has been huge. And sort of eye-opening to me that a lot of things that I thought were normal behaviors are not appropriate. And it's a lot of retraining myself how to keep myself safe. You're a mom. You have a daughter.
And
a son. So I think, you know, we've talked about how you are going about like teaching your daughter to have that voice that we were not taught to have.
Yeah, you know, for some reason, I always used to receive like negative consequences for speaking up or for having too much of an attitude or whatever when I was a kid. I encourage that with my daughter.
Yeah.
I'm like, if somebody says something to you that you don't like, tell them, you know what, shut up, get away from me.
Yeah.
Just tell them straight up, because that lets them know where you stand and what they can do and say to you.
You're setting your boundaries.
Yeah.
Like, she's allowed as a child to set her boundaries.
And I think
and we weren't.
Right. And I think that as women, girls and women have to be vehemently staunch about setting boundaries. Like, no, I'm drawing this and now I am putting glider fluid on it and now I'm setting it on fire.
Yeah.
That's
Try
my
crossing
boundary.
that motherfucker.
Right. Like I think that that's necessary in order to get the pendulum to swing back the other way.
Correct. No, I 100% agree, because I didn't know how to set boundaries. I didn't know what boundaries were. Because of that, had boundaries that should have just been basic overtaken all the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize it. I just knew that I was uncomfortable. I was upset. And I couldn't ever figure out why, because again, I had not been taught any of this. And I think it's really important that we are talking about these things now, that we're talking about having your voice. It isn't pretty is as pretty does. It's not, the children should be, seen and not heard. They're allowed to have a voice. I read a post someone wrote. I have no idea who this person was. And it was talking about a mother standing up to a grandfather who was tickling the grandchild, her daughter. And the daughter was clearly uncomfortable. And she was like, you're allowed to tell your grandfather no. And your grandfather needs to listen. And the grandfather's response was like, well, I'm just having fun. We're just playing. And she was like, you're playing. She's not.
Right.
And she's allowed to say no. It doesn't matter who you are. She can say no. And to teach children at such a young age that they can say no, that they can have a voice, that they can say, don't pin me to a freaking wall and hump me. Like, hell no.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah, I think that teaching the children that the chalk that you use to draw those boundaries, you actually hold that chalk.
Yes,
it's
not the other person.
Mommy drawing them around you. It's not your uncle getting to draw it for you. It's not grandpa drawing it for you. You get to draw that. And as a parent, I can say that I have worked really hard. It hasn't been easy, but I've worked really hard in supporting my kids in that, because my parents don't like that at all. But I do this because I want my children to know how to stand up for themselves.
No, I think that's super important. And like I say, like, that was not something we were taught.
Nope.
And I think most women are not taught that. And it literally took you saying to me, why the fuck is he still in your room? Like, why is he still in your house? And I needed you holding my hand through that. And so like, that was so eye-opening to me, because it didn't even dawn on me that I was allowed to kick him out of my house. Now, anyone tries to pull that shit and I'm kicking him out of my house. Don't pull that shit with me anymore. And
I'm always that friend that's like, oh, you went through a breakup and your ex won't leave you alone? Well, I'll text him for you. That's me.
It's funny because I'll do that for my friends. I'm down to help my friends, but for some reason with myself, it's like, oh, you want to walk all over me? Okay. Now I'm like, no. And I'm learning those boundaries with a lot of other friendships. And it's really that eye-opening experience of seeing all the different ways.
Yes.
And like realizing that in every aspect of your life, you get to choose your boundaries.
Absolutely.
You're allowed to have a voice. Women, we don't have to just be polite anymore. We're allowed to, if someone is making us uncomfortable, call them out on it. And we're allowed to say that. We're allowed to make someone else uncomfortable for making us uncomfortable in the first place.
Most deaf. And I was going to say that if you see somebody else who is being, made to feel uncomfortable, just harassed, and, anybody who saw you being pushed up against that wall that day, by all means, girls and guys, jump in there and tell them, like, fool, no, knock it off.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing we always think, oh, well, someone's going to help. They don't.
Oh, no,
they do not.
Don't.
Like,
I was screaming in a mall parking lot and
nobody
came
helps
to help me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, nobody helps. So you have to find that voice for yourself. I remember being taught early on that if I wanted to be successful, I had to market myself. I had to brand myself. I was the only one who could sell myself in that way. We have to do that beyond that in our everyday life for our safety. We need to have our own voices because I'm tired of being in bad situations where I feel like I have to be polite. I don't have to be polite. I can protect myself. And it, like I said, it can be as little as get the fuck out of my house. Why are you taking a nap in my bed at 8:30 at night? And why did you eat all of my food and drink all of my drink and give me $15? It's like $70 worth of stuff. But cool, fabulous. You're a great guy. It said so on your Facebook.
Well, and he had a bunch of conditions too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. By the way, he also is a guy that thinks that breaking up with his girlfriend is as traumatic as being raped.
Those two things aren't even kind of the same.
No.
That was actually, truth be told, that was the real reason that I was like, why is this motherfucker in your house right now?
Get this
Do you
man
need
out
to
of
come
your
over?
house.
Give me 10 minutes. I'll get in the car and I'll be over there. And just, what?
But he does say on his Facebook he's a nice guy.
If you
He's
have to
a nice
say,
guy.
No.
Like, ladies, first off, if a guy says that on his Facebook page, he's a fucking douchebag. He is entitled and think you owe him something. Every guy I've ever met that says he is a nice guy, run for your fucking life. Run for your fucking life.
Yeah, if you have to say it, then it can't be true.
It can't be true.
No
it
way.
really, really cannot be true.
No, it can't
so,
be.
No. Oh, Lordy.
Right? Well, I'm proud of you, friend.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Drink up. How have I had more than you?
I'm sorry. I know, and you've been talking too.
I've been talking this whole time, and you've had less than me, and I had a drink before this. Like, come on.
I'm going to come back, and my kids are going to be like, Mommy, where were you?
I was being fabulous. That's what you tell them.
I
was
styled.
being totes fab, and that's what I was doing.
My daughter
should be jealous and hope to be me one day.
My daughter was like, can she do my makeup too? I was like, eventually.
Oh my God. My friend's little girl, so she had a recital when she was 3, and her mother had to do makeup because it said that they needed to have makeup, and her child was 3. So she tried to do makeup on her 3-year-old child and sent me a photo, and it looked like she beat her kid up. Like, it was bad. It was so bad. And I was like, girl,
too dark.
Oh, it was smeared everywhere. It was like, I was like, oh God, your child literally, it looks like you abused her. So I went over and I like helped this child with her makeup for her little recital. And now she thinks, one, every time someone wearing red lipstick on any movie, I put her makeup on her. She loves mascara, but she calls it Miss Cara.
Oh.
And she went around saying she wanted to wear Miss Cara, and her mother was very disturbed for a while because did she want to actually wear me?
As a scarf.
Like, yes.
The same way Britney did with the snake.
We figured out that she meant mascara. And she recently went to a little like party dance thing with her dad and wanted makeup for it and was very offended that I did not come over and do her makeup. Her mother was like, oh, baby girl, we spoiled you a little too young, didn't we? Like, oh, this is a problem. Because she's like 5, I think now. She thought mascara was going to come do her makeup again.
Is she an only child?
No, she actually has a little sister, and her mom's pregnant and about to have a little boy. But she just really thought I should do her makeup, and she did make her mother take a picture of her to send to me because, she had to get my approval.
Yeah, of course.
So your daughter, I will eventually do your baby girl's makeup.
Yeah.
we'll let her come and play makeups,
Yeah.
and it'll be fun.
Yeah, maybe we'll book a glitter session with
Yes,
you.
glitter and makeup, every girl's dream. I live the child's dream of little girlness as a real life adult. It's kind of crazy.
I mean, it's super fun. Like, other than the fact that people are like violating your boundaries and don't want to listen to you, it's really great to be
it's
a
a
girl.
great life other than that fact, which we're learning to find our voices. Back on subject. But no, like, that is one of those things. I'm so glad you are teaching your daughter to find her voice, because we just don't. Girls just don't get that training.
No, it's not taught to us.
No, we're taught to do the opposite, which is just not right.
Yeah.
Not right at all.
It's too bad that a lot of us get like put onto the Kool-Aid
Yes.
before we actually realize what it is. So like the whole, when I was pregnant and I found out that I was having a girl, of course everybody goes ape shit with all the pink shit.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Pink is great. There's other colors.
I love pink, but like
pink is great. Yeah. And
I also like other colors.
Well,
though.
yeah, exactly. And so like all these things with just the bears and the blankets and the dresses and things like that. And then what was it? Somebody asked me, like, are you going to let her, I don't remember what it was now, darn it. But there was something that they asked me that was very gender specific.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't think I'm going to do that. And they were like, clutching the invisible pearls, like, oh my gosh, how could you
Was it
not?
like pierce her ears at birth or something?
I did pierce her ears at 6 months. Now, she doesn't have her ears pierced, you'll notice, because she kept pulling them out. And
Because that's what babies do.
Yeah, they really do. So any, like, expectant moms listening who want to do that with your little girl, like, go for it, but she might pull them out of her ears, and then she's gonna have to try to figure out how to go get pierced again, and that's
a drama in and of itself.
Disaster.
Well, and it's funny because I God, I've had a lot of jobs, y'all. I was alumni director of a school that was preschool through high school, and I had T-shirts made for the seniors to give to the kindergarteners that said future members of the alumni association. Now this is on kindergarteners, so it's fucking adorable, right? But the school colors were like an off color that you couldn't order a T-shirt in that color.
Okay.
So I ordered gray with the ink in that color.
Yeah.
I had someone at the school go off on me because how dare I have little girls wear gray T-shirts?
What's wrong with gray?
I don't know, but apparently it's super offensive, and she told me I wouldn't understand because I wasn't a mother. Motherfuckers,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I wore
hate
gray,
that
and I'm the
excuse.
pinkest girl ever. Like,
I hate that excuse. I really, really hate that excuse.
Right?
Also, I love gray, and I think I'm going to go buy a bunch of gray clothes
right?
when I get out of here.
Let's go
right
put
now.
a whole bunch on your daughter. Can I buy it for all my little faux nieces? Everyone's going to rock some gray.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
That's so odd. I've never
So
ever
odd.
heard that.
That was not on topic, but it was a really good point that I had to make. I don't know
I love
why I
it.
thought of it. The tequila, it's kicking in, y'all.
And,
But I mean, yeah, gray. Every little girl needs to wear gray now. Just saying, we're gonna rock all the gray on all the girls.
And you know what? Let's just put a baseball on there too.
Oh, I have pictures of me as a little girl wearing a full baseball uniform type thing with a baseball. Mm-hmm. With that being said, y'all, I don't play sports. I'm athletically challenged. That was a dream of my dad that maybe I would play sports.
Oh, we have that in common too.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
It didn't happen. I tried to run cross country.
That's how
That
it
was a
goes
nightmare.
when you're an only child and your dad clearly wanted a boy.
Mine didn't, but there was a little hope that maybe I could play ball.
Uh-huh.
He would try to toss it to me. That
My
didn't work.
dad, I think he was definitely I'm going to have to push academics with her
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I just asked her to kick the soccer ball forward
Oh,
and it's over there.
So I played soccer for a day. I played soccer for a day, you guys. It was epic. So I was a cross country runner, which I was a really, really, really bad cross country runner. I kept getting
was a cross country runner too.
Oh, I was terrible. I was more like the mascot. I actually got lost on a race, and they had to send someone out to find me because I got so lost. But then even better is they recruited all the cross country players, and we're we're gonna put them on the soccer team. My first practice was a game, and they put me on the field, and the ball came rolling towards me. And then 3 very large females came running at me.
And
I looked at the ball, and I looked at the girls, and I looked at the ball, and I looked at the girls, and I walked off the field. Legit just walked off. I was like, oh, fuck that.
I thought you were going to say you turned around and ran the other way.
Oh, I literally walked off the field. I was like, y'all can have that ball. I do not need that ball that badly. If I need that ball, I will go to Walmart and I will buy a soccer ball. I do not need that ball because you're going to fuck with the face. Don't fuck with the face. I'm going to get injured. I'm going to mess something up. Like, y'all can have it. Apparently, years later, the coach was still talking about the girl who walked off the field.
Yeah. That was me. Infamy. You know you that bitch when you cause all that conversation. Just saying. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Gotta love your fans.
Apparently, I knew that boundary. I didn't have a voice. I didn't speak the boundary.
You just
demonstrated it. Bye.
Yeah.
I've got to go.
I'm out. Yep. That's perfect.
Yeah, I did not want people charging at me for a ball. I just didn't see how that was logical. Like, it didn't make sense. I still don't understand it, but whatever. If you want to get injured over a ball, go for it.
Yeah, you know, some people go fishing. I mean, it just is what it is. People do what they do. But yeah, so did you do dance when you were growing up?
Oh, my mother tried to have me do that as well.
Okay.
But I was such a rule follower, and we were supposed to wear our hair in a bun with pink tights and a blue leotard, and one little girl came every day with her hair in curls and a tutu, and no one scolded her. So I knew the discipline at the facility, which is not up to my standards. They also wanted me to be a choo-choo train, and if I was going to do this, you needed to start training me to be Clara and the Nutcracker. I was 3, by the way. No control issues. None whatsoever. I think I lasted like 3 weeks because the discipline wasn't up to my standards.
Wow.
Yeah. Did you do ballet?
I did. I did ballet. I did tap.
You survived it longer than I did.
I did. Yeah. I did it from when I was 4 until I was 14. So I did it for 10 years. Yeah.
I'm impressed. I didn't make it.
By the time I got in high school, it was just so catty that
that's talk about not following boundaries. The dance world is notorious.
So brutal and cutthroat. Oh my goodness.
Insane.
Yeah, you know, like when people tell me like, oh yeah, so-and-so's daughter is in dance, I'm like,
good luck.
Yeah, I don't want to meet them at all.
Yeah. No,
I'm not interested.
That is an intense world.
Yeah, it's not a nice one either. And
no.
you know, I grew up out in Southern California, so the dance world out there is also tainted by the fact that like, oh, you could be discovered by the next
star.
I'm so sick of that shit. I hate it.
Oh, good Lord. Well, that's a whole nother show in and of itself.
Yeah.
And we kind of got off topic, but I think this was highly entertaining because we just talked about all sorts of random ass shit.
Well, and I think that the overarching theme of like just women speaking up for themselves, women putting their foot down.
Yes.
If nothing else, just let this episode serve as your permission to do that. Like,
you
just go do that.
Permission to set your own boundaries and to stick with them. And it doesn't matter if you make the other person uncomfortable if it's making you feel safe.
Yes.
Like, that is so important.
Anybody can get the smoke if you're feeling uncomfortable.
Yes, 100%. Kick them out of your house.
Yes.
Even if you got tears rolling down your face like I did, kick them out of your damn house.
And then text your friend.
Your friend
will comfort you.
She will totally comfort you. She'll hold your hand. But anyways, thank you so much for coming on the episode today. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
I hope, this was halfway entertaining to you guys as we blathered away with our tequila.
I had a great time.
That's what we do. Thanks you guys for watching, and today's episode was brought to you by Rap Spot.